Welcome back, survivors. This is Alchemy Factory. It is a brand new game on Steam. It is in early access. I started playing this and I was hooked right away. This is one of the most interesting and unique factory-style games I've ever played. It's got factory, it's got automation like you can see, but you also have to manage your own store while doing it. Like, the factory produces all the goods, but I have to sell them. Let's jump right into a new game. Thanks for tuning in today. Right away, we are here in the world, and we got the basic tutorial. I've already played this for a couple of hours, so we just need to buy a couple of logs. We need to buy ourselves our shop. We'll unlock this. We got a little cash. We're going to buy this shop, and our first things we have to do is build a wooden table. This is where we're going to start all of our automation. So our factory area is going to be out here. I'm going to go ahead and place 2 of them because I know we're going to need several. So actually, why not 3, right? And the next thing we need is to start our research. So there's a very big research tree. It might seem overwhelming at first, but we'll get to all of that. The first thing we need to unlock, though, is the table saw. All right, it takes 5 seconds to research this. Once it is unlocked, it will allow us to start our first automation. Let's go ahead and place that guy down here. And the idea is pretty simple. I'm going to basically do 2 of everything because, well, we will eventually need it. So we've got our table saw down. Now we need to put our logs into it. Let me go into the table saw menu. We're going to grab a log and plop it in there. We're going to do the same thing for the other one. We're going to go ahead and double up on that and use, if you can notice, these tiny little planks are coming out of the bottom of it. So the logs go in the top, it saws them into little planks. All right, next we're going to need a grinder. So we need to research that. I'm going to research the grinder. I'm going to research our first conveyor belt as well, and our first storage box. Let's go ahead and spend all these research points. It just takes a couple of seconds to do, and let's start getting this automated. All right, so there is our first conveyor belt. These tiny, cute little planks come out. It's kind of cool, actually. I'm going to place 1 grinder. I'm going to keep 1 for just straight planks, because that's our basic building material, and the other one is going to be for our finished product. So that's going to build our wooden gears. Let's place a couple of conveyors for these guys to come out of the machine, and then we want to research our first storage box. This is the small storage box. There are bigger ones later. This holds like 2 stacks of goods, and the larger storage boxes obviously hold more. Now we want to line it up so that the conveyor belt is going to match that in arrow right there. This is going to allow all the materials to flow into the conveyor belts. And there we go. That's our first steps. We've got our large gears coming in on 1 line and our planks coming in on the 2nd line. Now we need to collect 10 wooden gears for our next quest. Now, this is the main quest right here. You go to your mailbox and you get all your main quests. There are usually, once we get past this first one, there's going to be several other like side quests to do. And then this right here is our shop where we're going to sell these goods. So it's pretty unique in that you have automation to craft all the items, which feels very familiar for a factory style game, you know. It's going to feel very familiar to those of you that have played games like MineMogul or Factorio or Satisfactory, Star Rupture, etc., etc. We need 20 of them. Sorry, not 10. We need 20. Thought I had enough. Let me give it a couple more seconds. But in this game, you see all the people walking around. Those are our potential customers, right? Like that lady would have come into my shop. It says it's open, but I don't have anything for sale. This guy, too. They would have come into my shop had I had any goods for sale. So that's going to be, I think, our next thing to do is unlock this quest, finish this main quest, and then we're going to start selling goods inside of our shop. There we go. That is plenty of gears. Let's turn this in for the main quest. Scroll down here to submit, and it is going to reward us with some new materials. Flax seeds and limestone is going to unlock for us. It did reward us with actual flax, but we are going to need to buy limestone from the merchant now. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 again, and we're going to need a new system setup right next to here. Well, let's go into the research tab, and let's go for the tier 2 so that we can get the stone crusher. The first thing we have to do is unlock this inclined conveyor belt. I'm not going to be using them just yet, but we'll have them unlocked for when we need them. The main thing we need next is this stone crusher. So we're going to take that limestone that we just bought, and we're going to turn it into crushed stone that we can actually use to manufacture the next set of goods. Now that we've got that made, we're going to hit Q to open up our menu, our crafting menu, and we're going to place down, oh, I need some more gears. It requires gears to manufacture these. There we go. Let's place this down right here, and I'm going to do 2 of these just like I did for the wood, and we're going to place our limestone in. You just hit G to drop in a limestone, and that's going to start crushing that. And we see we got these little tiny stones coming out of there, and we're going to make a little conveyor belt. And the next thing it tells us to do is to research a processor and the ability to make the mortar and pestle. So we're going to open up our research menu. We need the processor. Let's start researching that. We also get the chance to research the seed plot, which we'll need in just a second. We can start planting our own seeds and growing our own different herbs to start our alchemical production. So we're going to go ahead and unlock that. But the main thing we need is the mortar. It just calls it a mortar. It's actually like a mortar and pestle, right? Let's start the research on that. And I cannot... Oh, I was going to say I should build the farm plot somewhere around here, but I can't make them yet without the stone. There is our processor finished researching. So we're going to place one of these down. Oh, I need more gears. Got those right here. Just grab them out of the box. And place down our processor. So it has, if you can see it there, the arrows are a little small, but it has 1 input and 1 output. Pretty simple. And I don't have to actually put the conveyor belts down. I could snap it right into the machine, but I just like the way it looks, you know. Select our recipe. We're going to turn that stone into mortars. So this is going to intake our stone and export mortars for us. Let's get a storage box for this too. Let's put down one of those here and a storage box right at the end of the production line. So all those, oops, wrong button. All those stone, the limestone is going to be crushed to turn into small stone, which is then going to be turned into mortars and dropped into the box. The other one, we can go ahead and set it up because we do need just the plain stone from time to time for various, to craft various items. There we go. So we're going to plop those into its own storage. Go ahead and empty out this one. And we're going to kind of color coordinate some of these boxes. So the wood, I think I'm going to keep brown or green. And then like the stone stuff, I'm going to turn like a blue, just so it's a little color coordinated, so we can see from a distance what line is producing what, or what should be in the box, a stone product versus a wooden product. And you can color all the boxes, so that's nice. Helps keep things organized a little bit. Now we need to go buy the flax seeds from the merchant. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 of those. I'm going to double up on practically everything. While we may not need it immediately, we will need it eventually. I'm going to grab some stone out of here because we need those to craft. Actually, I need 1 more. I think I need 8 and 8, so 16. Oh, I've got 16. I don't know why I thought it only had 15. Okay, so now we craft our seed plots. I'm just going to put them out of the way over here. I guess I could put them back here, or I could stick them anywhere. It looks like you can even put them inside the sales floor. I don't know why you'd want them in there. They wouldn't grow very well without sunlight, I think, but let's just go ahead and put 2 of these guys down right here. Let's drop in our flax seeds, and they're going to take about 6 minutes, a little over 6 minutes, to grow our next flax. Now, we got to set up our sales floor. Go into our shop. We need to build a shelf, like a sales shelf, right here. The medium shelf. and we're just going to set it up right here next to the door so the customers can come in and buy the goods. I'm going to go ahead and set up 2 of those. Like I said, I'm going to do 2 of everything. So it says it wants me to assign a shelf to sell mortars. I'm going to grab the mortars, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and grab the gears because we're going to sell those too. And we want to sell the mortars right here. We're going to sell the gears right here. And basically, you just hold the mouse button down, and it plops them in there. Now we need to wait for a customer to come in and buy the goods. Pretty simple. Hello? Anybody? Oh, it's getting dark. We may have to wait for the next day on this. There's nobody around. But there are various other buildings that we can unlock and buy. I assume they're going to be bigger areas, so we can make our factory much, much larger. Oh, this guy might be a customer right here. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. I like that raiment you're wearing. That is a fancy colored shirt. Would you like to buy some gears? Or yes, aha! Gears, mortar? What would you like, sir? Please help yourself. Buy all the mortars at once. Yes, all 6 of them. Thank you. And then I collect my money. I have to manually do that. Congratulations, we've completed the tutorial. This is just the beginning, though. There are all kinds of quests. We can apply for a loan. But the main gameplay loop is going to be automating our production and then manually selling the goods. So it's an automation, a factory game, but we have to sell the goods ourselves, guys. So there is eventually a robot. I think it's called a robot we can build or unlock to sell the goods for us, so we don't have to we can automate that too. But for now, we've got to sell these goods manually, so we got to stock the shelves and wait for a customer to come in. It is nighttime, so I think our first day is nearly done, but we get a new quest. Our next quest is going to be to make linen rope, and we're going to need that flax to make the linen rope. So that's going to be our next production chain. That's the end of day 1. We kind of get a breakdown of what we sold versus what we spent, and we kind of get a profits and losses kind of thing. So our first day, obviously, we lost a boatload of money because we spent a lot of money setting everything up. But the next day and the next day, we'll gradually start to produce more income as we focus on selling more and crafting more. So today, I want to start working on this linen rope. New day, new goals. I'm going to set it up like near the other line, but I kind of want to leave a little bit of space in between them. I don't want to take up all the space I've got out here, but I do want things that, oh, that's not lined up, so that's going to mess with me. That's not lined up very symmetrically, Jimmy. Let's work that out. Let's get those 2 lined up just so it looks better. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I would like it to look better. We are out of planks, so I'm just going to grab all the planks out of there. That bell dinging is telling me I've got customers waiting. Hello, ma'am. Hello, sir. How are you today? Gosh, she looks like she's in a bad mood. Thank you for your purchase. Have a great day. So the customers periodically come in. They buy all of our goods, and we need to restock them. So it's kind of a balancing act between setting up your factory, the automation, and then selling at the same time, at least at the beginning of the game. How about our flax? There we go. Our flax has come in. I'm going to go ahead and buy 2 more seeds and just go ahead and replant those right away because they take a little bit of time to grow. Oh, we got another customer. Hello, hello. How are you, sir? Thank you for your purchase. Have a great day. Oh, thanks for the money. I almost forgot to take the money. All right, let's drop in our seeds here and here. Let's get the next set of flax growing. Now, linen rope is a much more complex product to make than what we've been producing so far. So I'm going to take a small storage box. I'm going to start with it. I'm just going to place it down here at the end. And we're going to place in our raw flax. This is going to have to be turned into like 2 different products before it is a finished rope. So the first thing we need to do, let's just get a conveyor so we can see what we're doing. There's our flax coming out. I should probably do this twice, right? There's no reason, if I could do it once, I could do it twice, right? So let's double the automation right off the bat. And we're going to need I forget if we need the grinder or the processor first. But we're going to need them both, I think, in this. Let's set that down. The grinder is going to turn that raw flax into flax fiber. Yes, that's what we needed. So let's place a grinder down here. And we'll need to put in a little bit of flax there. And that's going to turn it into our flax fiber. And then the processor is going to turn that flax fiber into our finished good right here with the processor. Oh, I need more gears. Let me grab all the gears we got. I got a customer waiting. Hello. How are you, sir? That's a wonderful purple shirt you got today. Thanks for buying one item, but have a great day. Let's get our processes down. Let's process this linen, this flax into our... Well, now we have to set the actual recipe. So we're going to highlight our processor, hit E, and select the recipe we want. Now, we have not unlocked the recipe for this rope yet, so we need to unlock that. We need to do the research for it. So let's start the research for the linen thread first, and then the linen rope. And we also have the larger storage box. Don't need that quite yet, but we will need it really soon. There's our linen thread. Start the research for the linen rope. And let's go ahead and turn our raw flax into linen thread on both of these. And then that we can then in turn into place down a couple more of these. Oops, rotate. A couple more of these. And we've got just enough room for a storage box at the very end. We just have to line it up the input right there and right there. And now we have to set the recipe for these to be our final linen rope. And that, oh, get the other one. Set the recipe, linen rope. There we go. We've got our first semi-complicated automation going on. Our flax is going into the grinder. It's producing the the flax fiber, which is then being turned into linen thread, and that in turn is being woven into our rope. So, basics are finished. That is the tutorial. We're waiting on our flax to continue growing. We're waiting on our rope to finish. Now, our next main quest is going to be to turn in 50 of that linen rope, but we can take a couple of random quests in the meantime. Like, for instance, this carpenter wants 200 planks. Well, we've got that already, so boom, easy money, right? We just made 600 copper coins. We have another one here for 120 stone and 16 mortars. So let's see if we've got 120 stone and 16 mortars. We've got the mortars. And we've got the stone, so that's easy. I'm glad we doubled up on everything. It's almost like I knew what was going to happen. There's our mortars, there's our stone. Let's submit that, and a bunch more coin in our pocket. Now, we are out of stone. We're out of wood on this. We need to buy several. Let's get 6 limestone and 5 logs. And we can just run up and fill all these up. They can hold up to 3 at a time. So we'll fill those up so that they should not run out again anytime soon. We've still got a couple more minutes. Yep, 2 minutes left on our flax to grow. I'm going to go ahead and put down a couple of more planters. And I feel like you cannot have too much in this game. And we're about to unlock a couple more seeds that we can manufacture, or that we can grow. A couple more plants so we can grow, like sage is, I think, the next one. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on that, fill in this time while we're waiting on things to craft, because we need 50 of this linen rope, and it is a slow-going process. It would actually be faster if we had a way to split the belts. We don't have a way to do that just yet, because I think it makes... Like, these takes 60 a minute to produce 20 thread. So if we're really trying to balance and min-max, you know, it takes 20 thread to make 10. So you could balance this out by splitting up a couple of things here and there, because you see, this only produces 20 a minute whereas this needs 60 a minute. So you would technically need 3 of these grinders to feed 1 of these processors if you were trying to min-max it. We're not quite there yet. We'll need like some more advanced conveyor belts and splitters to be able to do that. So we just got to wait for a minute. In the meantime, let's fill up. Oh, we've sold out of everything. I'm like, why don't we have any customers? Oh, yeah, because you sold everything. Let's fill the mortar and our gears back up and wait for our next customer to show up. Ah, a bell just rang. We've got 2 or 3 customers in here. Hello. How about some mortars? Very good. 3 more mortars. Very good. Does anyone would like to buy some gears? That'd be nice. I've got plenty of them for sale, but that was the only 6 orders I had. And it's a good thing too, because I just ran out of money. I wanted to buy some more seeds to replant. I can buy 1. Wow. So we're kind of at a currency crunch right now until... Golly, that lady looks angry. What are you so upset about, ma'am? Ma'am, can I interest you in some gears? No? Man, what about you? You look quite upset. I think some gears would help with that. Would you like to buy a few gears? I've got plenty of them for sale. Yes, thank you. That's perfect. See, I'm a total salesman, right? But, you know, this is the basic game loop. You sell products, you manufacture the products through automation, then you sell them. We've got everything up and running. Let's see how we're doing on our linen rope here. We got 18 there, and we're up to 37. We need a few more. Let's plant some seeds while we're waiting and keep our flax up and running so that we make sure we do not run out of that, because then we can't make any of the rope. I think that's enough. There we go. We got our linen rope. We can complete the main quest. Looks like we got a customer coming in too. Hello, sir. What would you like today? I've got some fine mortars for sale. Just 1? Is that all? Will that be it? Okay. Thank you. Have a great day. Next time, buy more. I think we're going to actually turn a profit today. Oh, we got another customer? No. Hey, sir. Sir, we've got plenty of gears for sale. Madam? Sir? Yes. Oh, yeah. These are my people right here. They're wearing the purple. Gears it'll be, huh? All right. It's 2 wooden gears. Thank you very much. Oh, he's going to buy a mortar as well. Oh, awesome. Mortars and gears. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. I love the people in purple. They seem to be my best customers. So now we can turn in our main quest for our linen rope, and this is going to unlock iron ore, and it's also going to unlock sage seeds, and that is going to be our next step. Now we've got a couple more quests that unlocked. So our main quest now is to make healing potions. And this is where things start to get much more complicated in our automation. So we're going to need to grow our sage seeds, turn that into sage powder, add some flax to make linen rope, or the linen fibers. What is it? Flax fiber, excuse me. Flax fibers combined with sage powder, and then we're going to be able to run it through a process. We're going to unlock the recipe. It gets much more complicated from here on. This was very simple, the very basics of the game. That is all the time we've got for today, though. Tune back in the next time, and we will get to automating our actual first alchemical potions. This has been Alchemy Factory. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you are new to the channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on a future episode. If you enjoy this content, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. It lets me know you enjoy the video and you want to see future content. With all that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.